Peace and blessings, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're listening to it. It's hump day, y'all. It's Wednesday, January 8th, is it? It's either the 8th or the 9th. Yeah, it's the 8th. I'm correct this time. Just want to say thanks for listening, y'all. Enjoy the music, content, clips. And we'll be back at the end of the episode to say peace again.
Me, I'd rather make an ill novel like Catch Me in the Ride. I was pitching in the hood, I was batting niggas down. I ain't talking baseball, I wasn't letting niggas slide. Mama made a gentleman, streets made a gangster. Never took the time out to separate the sides. I swear to Christ, I would've gave my life for a couple of niggas that would've never did me right. These are the breaks that you learn during night when you fighting the case or you fighting for your life. With some niggas from the other side that dump it on sight. You learn who's who when you go to war. That's why I do my dirt alone, so I know for sure. Life's a bitch, true indeed, God. Yeah, I know the whole. Moving fast, what you think I souped up the motor for? Keep it G, tell me what the fuck you think the code is for. Staying in my lane, that's what the plane and the boat is for. Probably on another trip, if not a bubble whip. Old sweats, nice watch, still on that gutter shit. African warrior, so I'm probably wearing gutter shit. Balagoon said you went to war, where's your battle wound? You ain't a whole man, you ain't even half a goon. Good morning, y'all. Good afternoon. Good evening, y'all. I'm just talking shit cause I'm breathing, y'all. I'm just talking shit cause I'm a heathen, y'all. I'm simply MCing, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Good afternoon. Good evening, y'all. I'm just talking shit cause I'm breathing, y'all. I'm just talking shit cause I'm a heathen, y'all. I'm simply MCing, y'all. Free, but I'm still stressed. Pain, but I'm still blessed. Just blew 20-something J's trying to feel less. Fit me, beat the bad me. That's the real test. Angel on my right, show the devil on my left. Whispers in my ears if I see.
I mean, it's a hard time, nigga.
Some Styles P and Conway the Machine.
Where the drama, I wanted to pop.
Just lyrics, y'all.
Stomach shots, stick blast, quick fast, clip has 100 shots. Peace to the niggas that
Not more violent than any movie y'all just probably watched. Where they're killing each other and stuff. It's just lyrics, y'all.
Never gave a fuck about a Grammy. The real niggas that been through it, they understand it. Same niggas sending threats, them niggas quiet. He don't wanna feel the chopper, bullet setting them on fire. Knife work, gun work, whatever is required. Shooting fire in the quack, spitting lead so you inspired. I went from being locked in cages to rocking stages. 350 to them 950s, rocking gauge hits. Got the spray if I okayed it. Youngin got the sword dog, the niggas chop the gauges. They knock the blades, make no socks when I rock the facious. Sending pounds over, I can spray the boxes made it. Grindy is the all time when I chop the pages. That's why my fucking name ringing like the slots in Vegas. Hear me? Hey, niggas in front. I know you pussy. Niggas clapped you and you wasn't in that prison a month. Running. Let the fuck down, pussy.
SP the Ghost.
Fuck it is, nigga. Nobody move, nigga. Be still, fuck, nigga.
Deadly and raw dose of heroin. Fire on fish scale, fuck left felon in. Ferrari dreams and Ferrari beams. Catch him in the lobby and kill him. We heard the body pings. Everybody let the machine pop. We gon' catch you slipping off perks, leaving a lean spot. Bitch nigga records just the bitch nigga. Not just pistol whips, you chillin' with the trippin' bitch that be around the way every day on some mission shit. Line a nigga up, deep water, no fishing shit. You cold out here, you know. A soldier though, I'm a punker's feet, feel me? Life's painful, try to be cheerful. Here's an earful coming from the werewolf. Yeah, I'm from the wild, wild west. The back of the whip, puffin' la stress. Who need enemies? I got friends that's strong like the Kennedys, move like the Genovese. I gotta watch them cause they watching me. Huffing on broccoli, they all play Monopoly. I only know a few good men. You can make the noon or the news by 10. Meaning I'm a broad day light boy. I used to move Broadway whiteboard. All up on the graveyard shift. Handguns, walkie-talkie, radar shit. All that. Shame we gotta live like this. And every other homie do a bid like this. Away from his wife and his kids like this. That's why I'm overseas eating squid like this. Feel me? You don't know the streets, that's the chief talk.
Alright, y'all, I got this migration story right here. So this is out of Denver. So it says ICE. I'm going to play the video too. So ICE has taken 22 non-citizens. Now listen to the key words. You know what I mean? 22 non-citizens convicted of crimes or facing charges taken into custody in Denver. Okay, this is, I'm going to play the little audio. Hopefully it just plays right away. Let me see.
To a pending murder charge. They have targeted
Here we go.
enforcement. So they will look at certain...
Preview of what's to come later this year, Nate.
Hey guys, it all happened between December 9th and 20th. ICE's enforcement and removal operations Denver officers taking in 22 people from 6 different countries. They were here illegally in the United States and have pending criminal charges or previous convictions. A former ICE officer, John Fabricatore, tells me these kinds of sweeps are exactly what ICE was designed to do. Even though we may not always hear about it, this is what the men and women of ICE do every single day. 22 people from 6 different countries arrested in December, all in Denver and all with criminal offenses ranging from DUIs to a pending murder charge. They have targeted enforcement. So they will look at certain areas. They will look at cases in those areas, and then they'll target those cases so that they can take their forces and send them out and be able to safely make those arrests in the community. Retired ICE officer John Fabricatore says operations like this are common, and that this one is likely a preview of what's to come when Donald Trump retakes office this month. We can suppose that there will be an uptick compared to what the Biden administration has arrested over the last 4 years. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston has previously said public he opposes Trump's mass deportation plan, but Fabricatore believes the city will cooperate when it comes to cases like this one. I don't think the Denver mayor is going to stand out there and keep ICE from arresting criminal aliens, but if he does, ICE isn't going to stop. A cooperation, Fabricatore says ICE would like to happen, with one of the arrested suspects having been previously released from custody on a $5,000 bond despite facing a murder charge. ICE would rather work with local law enforcement and make these arrests at the local jail level, but if Sanctuary City is going to continue to happen in Denver County, ICE will go into the community to make those arrests. Fabricatore says these 22 individuals are now likely to be put before an immigration judge before possibly being deported, a process he says can take some time.
So it's about to get crazy now. Hold on. So hold up. Get rid of that. So basically what they're doing, I mean, how do you feel about that? I think that's kind of bullshit. I mean, it's deceitful. Because basically what they did, like the people that have been convicted that they're talking about, some of them people are on parole and shit. You know what I mean? They're actively doing their parole. So just imagine, like, people's POs and call them into the office and shit, just telling them to come in there for a little visit or whatever, and then they're locking them up. They might have been out here on parole, working, doing good. They might have got released from prison, you know what I mean? Because they could have been out here for about like 4 or 5 years already on parole, just working and shit, doing all this stuff, contributing to society. And now they're about to get thrown out the country. And the thing, no matter how you feel about it, like the Trump administration is lying to y'all, because what they're going to do, they're just going to get all those people out of here. And then they're going to say they fought immigration and got all the criminals out, when in reality, they didn't do shit. If somebody here in the city of Milwaukee is like a non-citizen and they committed a crime and stuff, they got arrested by the Milwaukee police or the Waukesha police or the Oconomowoc police or wherever area it is, and they're a non-citizen, they got arrested, went to jail, got charged, went to court, got sent to prison, probate, whatever, right? So ICE didn't do nothing. That was the local police and the judge and the DA and all that convicted them. And they sent to prison. They're in prison. They're incarcerated. How are they harming anyone? The state's making money off them. So now they're just going to transfer them, and DOC is going to suffer. I can't imagine they're just going to be just giving them all them people and not getting no money in return. There's got to be some wheeling and dealing going on, because there's going to be a lot of empty beds. Mm-hmm. So it's deceitful, though, how they're, because now Trump and them, because it's a piece of cake. And they can just lie to people, because they're just, you heard what dude said, they're going to go into these cities, they're checking the records and the files. That's all cold word for they're getting in contact with DOC and all that stuff, seeing who's checking people's status, all that shit, and boom. And then they're just transferring them out to wherever they're from and all that. That's all that's going on. They don't even have to really do no hard police work, because people are already in custody, in prison, or they're out on supervision. And you know where they're at. So, like, unless they run or some shit like that, it's going to be a piece of cake rounding them up. All their PO has to do is have them come in, think on their little next visit, scheduled visit, and then they're just locking them up. Piece of cake. And then Trump and them can say, look at all the immigrants we kicked out. So I think everyone else will be kind of safer now. You know what I mean? And so just pay attention to the numbers. It ain't going to be millions and millions, because throughout the country, I'm going to look later to see how many. That's going to be a tough, because it's like all the non-citizen and all. It's kind of tough to see, because they always categorize Latinos in different categories and all that. But that's what they're doing, y'all. Don't be foolish. I'm not calling, you know what I'm saying? Don't be naive. That's what I meant to say. Don't be naive. That's what they're doing. They're not really putting in any work. They're making phone calls and just having people check. POs are doing a lot of work right now. My PO told me yesterday she's got over 200 clients, in or out of prison and all that.
What is this? Listen, that I can't have money in my pocket if people not talking about me. This world is a trip. I don't know what's going on these days. Got this person over here talking about me, this person. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. This is my problem. I can do what I want to do. I made this money, you didn't. Right, Ted? We out of here. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
Baby, what's going on in, not Florida, California?
Yeah, there's like this, so they have the Santa Ana winds. I'm sure you've heard of that before.
Yeah.
They're like these huge wind gusts.
Okay.
And they're like up to 100 miles an hour. So like there's a small wildfire will turn into like a huge one, and apparently that's what's happening now.
That word ripple effect.
Yeah.
That fire is ripple effect. I'm not trying to make fun of that, y'all, either. My mother was born in Los Angeles.
I'm just telling you, God is mad. If, like, that's something you believe in, which I'm not necessarily, I'm conflicted on the whole God thing, because something created all of this.
There's no doubt about that.
Something, someone.
And the oldest person on this earth don't know.
Right. I don't know all about believing in all the Bible stories and all. Those are just folklore to me at times. But
right, I get it.
Something created the earth. Something created the planet.
We didn't just...
trees just didn't just grow. Something created
like how our
all
bodies work and just everything. It just wasn't by chance.
Right.
Like how your fingers work and how they can move. Just all how our eyes blink. That it didn't just happen.
Right.
So there was some It's just
Remember how I
crazy to
told you,
think
like,
about how
DNA is fascinating, like,
it
like the shade of someone's skin. Like, if you're of African descent, there's different
pigmentation,
pigments. Yeah.
which a lot has to do with where you were born.
The regions,
All of that,
right?
like,
And
it's-
same with white people.
Yeah.
Have different.
Yeah.
Some people have olive skin.
Yeah.
Some people have alabaster.
What's that?
White.
Is that a color name?
Yes, it's
You
like
know,
the
if you're
whitest
looking
of
at
the
crayon
whitest
box-
of the white, like snow white.
You can learn every color with one of them big ass color crayons.
Oh,
They have
remember
all the
Sherwin was
different
talking
types.
about that?
Yeah.
Like crayons, like you knew, like the rich kids
Mhm,
because they
'cause
had
they
like
had
the
the-
68 pack
and
with
you
the,
had, like,
with the
the-
pencil sharpener in it.
Oh yeah.
And some people just had like the basic 8
I don't
or
even
like
think.
the 24
Yeah,
pack.
yeah, the 24
But
or the
remember, like,
dozen.
Remember the big one?
The 48.
Yeah,
it was a 48
was it
pack.
48, yeah.
And
it
the
came-
crayon, yeah, and
And it came with the sharpener.
Did you used to like the smell of crayons?
Yes.
Me too. Oh, weird fact. I like the smell of gasoline.
Oh, who doesn't?
Like when I was a kid, like when we would go, you'd be out with your mom running errands and shit, and it was like she would pump the gas. It wasn't like a normal thing, but I remember every once in a while I would ask if I could pump the gas, and I would try to somehow make sure a little bit of
Gas got
stayed on
your
my finger or
fingers.
something. And I love the smell of fresh laundry. Who doesn't? Like dryer and all. That's a heavenly smell. You're just like, oh shit, it's clean.
Is like a good rain in the summer, the smell of the asphalt.
And then you can hear it bouncing off of it too
Yeah,
sometimes.
just the smell
the
of
smell.
like the hot ground and the.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, hell
it
yeah.
just smells so good.
So I guess LA's on fire. So basically, Michelle just popped on the Weather Channel.
I know.
So we're
I
about
can find the remote.
And we got to let Charlie out because Michelle's a little concerned about Charlie. Y'all know Charlie is our older pug. I don't know if she's...
Maybe I'm just being overly weird, but he is having some tummy issues, let's just say that. And I even tried to guide him to the pee pad. Like he was standing right in front of me. That's why I know it's not on purpose. And I tried to guide him that way, but it wasn't happening. And then I'm like, well, I can't start a vacuum cleaner at 1:30 in the morning.
So we're going to take Charlie outside and have some coffee, basic CALI.
Yeah.
Okay?
Make some coffee. It is 2:57 a.m., 2:58 on Wednesday, January 8th.
And I guess this is our official intro.
And I guess this is the start of our day. I woke up at 1 because my throat was dry.
Michelle must have been quiet as a mouse because we're laying here and I didn't hear it. Because when I opened my eyes, she was like, I've been up for an hour. I was like, really? I was like, I didn't hear a thing. I was out cold. All right, y'all.
Right.
Back to the episode.
Each fire and each location is unique, and with these 3 separate fires and 3 very different locations, even the Palisades fire is amongst a number of...
They said there's 3 wildfires now burning across Los Angeles County, y'all. Shout out CNN, done on that. So this is the Battalion Chief and Public Information Officer from California Fire. This is David Acuna. I'm going to play this for a minute, y'all. So, shout out LA. Y'all keep yourself safe, please.
A lot of these homes are extremely valuable. Are you struggling to get people to take your advice?
It is a rather common situation where people wish to stay back and protect their homes. But we consistently let them know that not only is that extremely dangerous and right now futile because at 60 to 100 miles per hour, no one's able to stop those fires. But more importantly, it then takes firefighters away from moving those who are unable or from attacking the fire.
We know California has seen many wildfires in the past. I'm sure you yourself have tackled many wildfires. But where does this stand, Chief, on the scale of some of the worst fires you've seen? Is this the worst you've seen?
There's a lot of different ways to categorize that. What I would say is this is one of the earliest major fires we've had. We have one of our CAL FIRE incident management teams assigned to the incident.
So there's 3 fires they're naming them. One's called the Hearst Fire. They're saying it's 100 acres. Eaton Fire, 600 acres. And Palisades Fire. And they're saying that they have 0% of each one of those 3 fires contained at this point. So,
I really appreciate the time and sparing it to us for us today. Incredible job you guys are doing, and we appreciate the time you've given us.
I just read this article, like people were leaving their cars and running down a street because like they couldn't drive their car.
The fire was chasing them all.
Yes. Look at this.
God damn. That's crazy. Yeah, and then that wind is just pushing it, and then the other stuff starts on fire. Just some little wind, fire, little pellet things. If they touch something, they're going to start something else on fire, yeah? So besides just the fire, the wind is the culprit because it pushes the stuff around, and it's like a fan on a bonfire, like you just fan it. Should we take Charlie outside or let him?
I just want to have a few sips first. I scrubbed this.
Yeah. What'd you say, baby? God is pissed off. And there's a picture right now. We're watching CNN. Santa Monica is just, man. So is that the shot of like if you're driving along like the coast or whatever?
Yeah.
Because everything that's burning, like those are like those cliffs and mountainside and all that stuff that you see like yeah. So if you got anyone out there in Cali, check up on your people. Man.
Both of those are listed up on the site. Now, I think that's all the sites. The stream guides, of course, they carry the big heavy load to get to you. LV.net, they provide the back and forth internet that gets me on the air. And Peter Everhart, of course, myself.
Our bell. We're going to bed, our bell.
I think that's it. All right,
These are the new ones you
I want to say. One.
I found this page, so I was like, well, I'm going to subscribe to it.
They look brand new. Our bell. Y'all check out our bell. It's good going to sleep, too, like the callers, because people will be, fun fact real quick. So I actually put Michelle up on our bell. She loves listening to it now, because he just talks about all kinds of stuff. Just listen real quick.
Though they haven't, identify the numbers yet. And I think this is 370, so everybody can stop scouring Diego Garcia. And I think probably what they're doing is they're trying to figure out the proper protocol to notify relatives. And, of course, they do have to read the numbers. So we'll see. But it looks like...
So anyways, I started listening to Art Bell, right, when I was at Fox Lake Correctional Institution, right? So when I first got there, I didn't have a TV or nothing, right? So I bought me a radio real quick because it takes a while for your money to get transferred and all that, and people send money and all that, right? So I bought me a radio real quick with the little money I had that I brought with me, right? So I would listen to ESPN radio every night, right? And keep in mind, back then, too, there were no cell phones. That, like, even it's like all you could really do is get the sports like off the news, like at the 10 o'clock news, you catch the little sports scores, or you had to get the newspaper, you know what I mean? So it was hard to always get the newspaper every day in there too. So I listened to ESPN at night to catch up on the scores. They would play like basketball games on there and all that kind of stuff. I would listen to baseball games, football games, all that shit, right? So then like I would be scanning the channel for just other stuff, and then I came across this stuff. So he would be talking about like UFOs and Bigfoot, and I don't really even know if I even believe in any of that stuff, really. I don't. Maybe the UFO stuff, maybe, I don't know, whatever they're calling it, but maybe that stuff I maybe believe in a little bit, but Bigfoot, I don't believe in that shit. Because I feel like by now they would have been done found the Bigfoot. Right, baby, by now?
Yeah.
For Bigfoot forever.
For like 100 years.
Like so I don't think I believe in that, but yeah. But I will fall asleep to this stuff, you know what I mean? And then obviously when like I came home, I wasn't listening to none of the stuff or whatever. But then like when Michelle, like she was into the crime shows and all that. So then like at night, you know, we'll be looking for relaxing stuff to go to bed too. So we started going to bed to like the Crime Junkie. Shout out Crime Junkie. What's her name? Ashley? Yeah, Ashley Flowers, Crime Junkie. That was the very first podcast I listened to. So we would go to bed to that and stuff. And then so it was a lot of crime, going to bed to crime shows, like per Michelle's request, like Forensic Files and all that stuff. I remember the very first time I slept at her house. I remember waking up, I think it was Forensic Files on or something. I was like, oh my God, what done I got myself into? No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, y'all. But it is relaxing. That may sound weird, like crime shows. How's that relaxing?
It's the guy's voice. Bill Curtis? Is it?
Bill Curtis?
Maybe?
Yeah, Michelle likes the voices. It ain't that for me. It's just the stories. Because you get lost in the stories, like when you're just laying there listening. And then, too, part of it is like, you can hear all this crazy stuff and know that you don't have to deal with it because it didn't happen to you. It's not, you know what I mean? Like all these crazy-ass crime stories, you can kind of like be like, wow, that's fucked up that somebody did that to somebody, but like, I don't have to go through that. I can just sit here and kind of be entertained by it and kind of somebody else's misery.
The way they tell the story and like the music.
The music.
It's just like very monotone
and he has a different way, like his talk radio style is different. It's more kind of podcasty, but like back in the day, you know what I mean? It's like pretty authentic. But yeah, but we go to bed to this. What's some other stuff we go to bed to? Yeah, Forensic Files was a staple for a while, but it's pretty much our bell almost every night. Michelle will be like, "You ready for our bell?" I'll be like, "Yep." And then so y'all go and check it out. You just type in our bell on the YouTubes, and because he has like our bell coast to coast. He has our bell like open lines where people just call in with just all kinds of crazy stories. And I think some of the stories he knows are just like totally made up, but he just entertains them and lets people kind of or whatever. But and then he do a mail order bride? Pretty much.
I don't know. Wasn't
from
he
the Philippines or something?
But wasn't he doing a show from the Philippines?
Oh, yeah, he was doing his show for a while. I think he met his wife there, and then, like, she died. She had got sick, and then, like, he ended up, I think he remarried, but he wasn't truly, you could tell he always, like, he was missing her. But supposedly he died from, like, an overdose or whatever. I'm not sure. Y'all can go check all that out. But, yeah, listen in real quick for a second. And then we're going to get out of here and go to bed because we're tired. It's 8 o'clock, y'all, but we've been up all day and stuff. And we haven't really, we took like a small little nap. So, yep.
No, I'm not done with the queue. Yeah, I would like you all to go there and look at it if you get a chance. These are still photographs taken, I might add, by many people That's really important. Taken by many people. So please go take a look at it. And I think this is something serious. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm fooled. Maybe I am a fool. But it's being discarded by much of the UFO community. Why? Because, well, it's a cube. And I think that is a tragic, serious mistake on the part of ufology. Now, maybe it's some cube balloon or something. I don't know. But it's really odd. It doesn't.
I ain't even really here. Maybe I'm going to die and go on to the next life. Then I'm going to die and go on to the next life. Then die and go to the next life. And I was here before this, but I just don't know what I was really doing. You can't catch me. You never will. LOX.
Belong. Certainly doesn't belong popping out of a cloud. Here's my thinking. Who are we to say that a UFO has got to look like a flying saucer? I mean, isn't it just silly to say that? For all we know, UFOs are invisible. Or UFOs are cubes. Or something else that doesn't make sense.
Time that Donald Trump said it should be time to rename the Gulf of Mexico.
We're going to be changing the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America.
Fucking idiot. Who's a bitch?
He can't.
What, baby?
He can't do that.
Right.
Also, he was like, nobody even knows if Denmark owns Greenland. Yes, they do.
Exactly.
Since, like, the 1700s.
They're just seeing smaller, like, places that they just want to basically take over. So they can just do whatever they want on the land, whether it's drill or export or import.
He basically wants North America to be all of the United States.
Right, basically. Yep. All right, y'all. Get to this coffee and back to the episode. Yeah, Trump's on some bullshit. Panama dismisses possibility of U.S. controlling canal. So, you know, there's people fighting back against this stuff. Trump's just making more enemies, that's all. So, all right, y'all, back to the episode. So, I got these parole hearings, right? Then I'm going to have y'all check out. So this one is out of Connecticut. So it's a brother right here. He's in front of the parole board out of the state of Connecticut. So I guess he stabbed somebody or hurt somebody or whatever. He's locked up for it. So he's in front of the parole board. So let's see how they do him, y'all. Play a little of this. So he's been locked up 20. Yeah, he's been locked up 20 years already. And he's seeing the parole board. I don't know if this is his first, second, or third or whatever, but he's done been locked up 20 years already. So let's see how they're about to do him.
Since the parole board has for him today, we're going to see what kind of programs and stuff he's been involved in since he's been in prison, and ultimately we're going to find out whether or not the state of Connecticut decides to release him on parole. So stay tuned until the end of the video. I'm going to come back with some comments, and I will see you guys then.
Obviously, that wasn't me. That was a white fella. This is his stuff.
My name is Parole Officer Leiterson. Today is Friday, January 3rd, 2025. And this is the Public Act 23-169 hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Paroles. For the record, Mr. Sullivan, the state of Connecticut passed and made effective October 1st of 2023, Public Act 23-169, concerning parole eligibility for an individual serving a lengthy sentence for a crime committed before the individual reached age 21 and criminal history record erasure. You fall under this act, and this means that you were under the age of 21. The board shall give great weight to the diminished culpabilities of juveniles as compared to adults. The hallmark features of youth and any subsequent growth and maturity that you displayed while we're reviewing you for suitability today. The following board members are present this afternoon. Invite stating their names on the record certified.
So I'm just fast forwarding through all the fluff. Because, you know, all the parole people and all them, they're just giving all their pleasantries to each other, saying good morning and all that shit like that. And, you know, and then you got dudes sitting there, it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Because they don't have nothing to worry about. They're going home. You know what I mean? It's just another day for them. But dude's sitting there like, damn, are they going to let me up out of here or not? Keep in mind, he's done 20 years already. All right.
Again, it's the public hearing. Mr. Sullivan, do you have any questions, or are you willing to proceed?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. As previously stated, this is the Public Act 23-169 hearing. It's being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Jamar Sullivan, inmate number 2629.
I'm not going to put all his personal info out there, but I don't think they're going to let dude out. And I know y'all are probably thinking, he's been locked up 20 years. They ain't about to let dude out. This is just all, you know, they're doing this because legally he has the right to see parole board right now. Because when you get to a certain percentage of your sentence, you see parole board. Well, not here in Wisconsin anymore because they're truth in sentencing. I mean, there's still people that are under old law that are still seeing parole here. But for the most part, most people are under truth in sentencing now in Wisconsin. But this is Connecticut. But they ain't about to do nothing for dude. So let's see here.
Mr. Sullivan is serving a sentence of 28 years flat with no probation to follow for manslaughter in the first degree, firearm assault third.
So he got a 28 piece and he's done 20 already? He's only got 8 to go. They're going to give dude about a 12-month deep for what? They're going to come back in like a year, watch.
Passive recreation, anger management, alternatives to violence, good intentions, bad choices, voices, thresholds, Tier 4, and intensive aftercare. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender's overall score on the RT falls within the moderate range for recidivism. Mr. Sullivan, this is now your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole, and you may begin.
Don't kiss their ass.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I am extremely apologetic for my actions. I knew Mr. Benton and his family, which make my remorse and regret even deeper. The words Mr. Benton's family said at the sentencing, the look on their faces, and the pain in their voices have stayed with me. They didn't deserve to have someone they love taken from them, and that mishap caused me commutation and put me in a state of depression and, at the same time, a state of rehabilitation. My mother relayed to me what was said by the board, and I made the decision to take the panel's advice. The next day, I spoke to Captain Warwick about being placed in the Tier 4 program and signing up for Alternative to Violence for the second time. Captain Warwick told me that he would help me and for me to write him a request. The next week, Ms. Cease, who at the time was running the Tier 4 program, and Captain Warwick came to my cell and told me that I was placed on the Tier 4 waiting list and it would take 6 to 8 months to be placed in the program.
So now you're back in Bridgeport, yes, and ma'am. It's the day that this offense occurred.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you wind up coming in contact with this victim?
I went to P.T. Barnum. I was in my cousin's house. Yeah. Me and my older cousin, we got into an argument.
You and your older cousin. Who's that?
Yes, yeah. He's like from 2020 to 2022.
They're asking him what he's been doing and stuff while he's in prison and stuff to better himself.
Programs anymore. You know, I wasn't really in communication with my family. I just was in jail, feeling like a loser. Friends, family, people getting married, going on about their lives, and I'm in prison.
You said that in your opening statement too. That's the same. You hated yourself.
Yeah,
it's the same behavior though. It doesn't show very much change. Like aside from maturation, you're going down the same path. You're making those same poor decisions, and that is problematic for us. In almost 2 years now, the fact remains that the violence continues, even up to 21. You fought someone that says you fought somebody over a seat. What happened with this outside charge where you beat up this other?
Damn, he caught charges while he was in there.
At that time, I was in Corrigan Correctional Institution. I was in Corrigan.
Yeah, they ain't letting dude out. He getting in fights and all that
shit. I was in that prison for 5 years.
Damn.
I had no disciplinary infractions at all. I went to school to become a CNA. I was working as a CNA. I was basically a model inmate in that period of time. I was coming back from work. I entered my room. A man entered the room behind me, Ronnie Hinton, and he proceeded to ask me about rumors that was going on in the unit about him. I told him that I didn't have nothing to do with those rumors. And when I told him I didn't have nothing to do with those rumors and I wasn't going to relate to him who said them, because I didn't know who said them, period, he punched me in my face and he stabbed me.
There's clearly some anger that needs to be addressed, because when you have good relationships with the staff in the facility, you don't speak to them the way he did in the last threatening ticket.
How about the way the COs talk to people locked up?
What happened to...
There's about 3 minutes left, y'all.
Ronnie, what happened to him?
As far as where he's at today?
No, I know where he is today. What happened to him in that incident? Because he was in the hospital for 4 days, so something happened.
Yes, he was in the hospital for 4 days because I injured him.
Hell yeah.
What'd you do?
Beat the shit out of him.
Fought him with my bare hands.
That's right.
He came into my room with a knife and stabbed me. He stabbed me.
Why is it that he didn't get any outside charges?
Because he went to trial. He got charged, and they charged all of us with the incident.
Okay.
He got charged, my cellie got charged, and they charged me and they put me in Northern.
That's the whole, I'm assuming.
Trial and beat the case during trial with DOC. Okay. I just copped out. I just took the year. I didn't want to take it because I was...
But anyhow, in any event, for someone to go to the hospital for 4 days implies some serious injuries.
Is it a way that she just, I don't know, she don't know how to, is it a way that I can just put her on speaker?
So now they're talking to like victims, family members and stuff like that.
That's okay. I'm going to put her on speaker. They said I can do that.
To see if they think you should get out or not. About 2 minutes left, y'all.
Yes, you can hang that up. Yes, I'm going to put you on speaker. And we did hear you, but you went back out again.
So this person is a victim's family member that they're about to talk to.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so the board is listening to you.
This is out of Connecticut, y'all.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, we can hear you. Good afternoon.
Okay, I just want to say, I'm the sister that I'm Monique Fitton. My name is DC Monique Fitton. I'm the sister that all happened at her house. Yes, kids, you can hear me, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, they can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Jamal. Okay. He's not ready to come out, okay?
Damn.
And it didn't happen no way that he said it.
Damn.
Okay? He was back around the corner to rob my brother that morning.
Wow.
Robert told him to go get JoJo. He's around the corner. Go get what you owe me. He robbed Robert the night before, and he stole the gun.
Damn, she's a singing, boy.
From Lilac House. Nobody came from it. He stole the gun. They was looking for him and a pair of sneakers.
And unfortunately, to date, he has not been able to do that consistently. While I do believe that he would benefit from some parole supervision because he is serving a flat sentence and he has been down for a very long time, I just am not prepared to support that discretionary parole right now. I would challenge Mr. Sullivan.
That's fucked up. They're just dismissing that he done 20 years of a 28-year bid.
To us that he is capable of.
How is that not enough?
Well, we have some conflict going on the screen. I see. Between the applicant and the victim's
They're going to tell him to come back in like a year. Watch.
Okay. Mr. Paul?
So, thank you, Madam Chair.
As I stated earlier, just a couple things that I'm asked to do here.
Yeah.
One is to get to a place where I believe that Mr. Sullivan will remain at liberty without violating law. I'm not there yet because of disciplinary hearing and, disciplinary record, and some of the decisions that he's made. That's, I need to be assured of that pretty well.
Man, quit fucking around and just tell him no, man.
I'm not sure that he's done everything he can do inside.
Yeah.
I absolutely, I don't want to say there's not an absolute here. I want to vote for parole for Mr. Sullivan in the best interest of public safety, because I don't think he should walk out of prison and not have a parole officer for a period of time. I can't do that today.
Right.
I want to be able to give him the support to transition back into the community. Again, it's a public safety concern for me. And as well, the state's attorney, I really appreciate him pointing out the positive things that Mr. Sullivan has done.
He has that.
In trying to engage in rehabilitation, positive steps that he's taken. So, with that said, I would like to bring him back.
Okay.
I'm open to a discussion of that occurs.
Okay. I have a question. What's the relationship of the gentleman who keeps appearing? Do you want him to talk? I don't want to. I just want to know what the relationship is because we know everybody who's appeared.
That's my son.
I'm her son.
Okay.
That's the sister's son.
I just know the individual, that's all. I was incarcerated with him. He know me, I know him. That's all.
Got it. All right, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's not a good sign when you're reacting to Mr. Sullivan. Why react? You should be learning the tools not to react.
I'm not reacting.
You did.
He's pissed. Y'all just told him no.
You see everything that happens on the screen. If someone provokes you, no, mute yourself. I would agree that we certainly do try to provide supervision and support for anyone who has served a long sentence and is now coming out. I would suggest a 3-year reader.
Damn.
I would support that.
Okay. All right. Reasons for denial, obviously, foreign adjustment, injury impacts the victim. We okay with that? All right. 3 years gets us to January 28. All right, in the matter of that, sorry.
That's crazy.
Before we do that,
so he's got to come back in 3 years and see them.
How about everything Vivian Westwood? Clearly 10 steps ahead of what's going on. All they do is whisper and point when I throw it on. Falling on, keep them coming. You know I'm on my job. If it's under 100, it can't go on my garage. Had to hear it, feel it before you seen it on the blog. Not the head of a gang. Niggas know I'm in the mob. Do your research, go to your t-shirts. Stop telling on niggas that's police work. Yeah, I open CBS. The spot's 24 hours. CBS. I'm in the crib that don't show up on the GPS. I can kill you, but that'll be an easy death. Yes, I'ma get it forever, cause money ain't one of my problems, and it never was.
We ain't the ones to fool with. Back on that party hard and bullshit. Yeah, bottles at the VMA like Kanye. Blue and orange bomb at the Barclays. Saturdays we bring the K up like Deontay. Filet cut on the China, sticky chrome plate. POK, I push the bar up to the bar breaks. Sat out throwing in competition, sipping storm grapes. My niggas gang related, bagel good with all colors. All they know is shoot, pass, and steal like the Ball brothers.
Cold out here, you know? Soldier though. I'm a punker's feet, feel me?
Like a pain booth, try to be cheerful. Here's an earful coming from the werewolf. Yeah, I'm from the wild, wild west. Back of the whip, puffin' la stress. Who needs enemies? I got friends that's strong like the Kennedys, move like the Genovese. I gotta watch them cause they watching me. Puffin' on broccoli, they all play Monopoly. I only know a few good men. You can make the noon or the news by 10. Meaning I'm a broad day light boy. I used to move Broadway whiteboard. All up on the graveyard shift. Handguns, walkie-talkie, radar shit. All that. Shame you gotta live like this. And never ever homie do a bid like this. Away from his wife and his kids like this. That's why I'm overseas eating squid like this. Feel me? You don't know the streets, that's what chief talk. Go to the food, never seen you chewing. Big gorilla nigga.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. Michelle and I appreciate it. And until the next one, peace.
Yeah, it's Epiphany P. Play the crib and get shot by the hickory tree. You can trust me, there's no one wicked as me. Yeah.